Hello everyone, how are you? I'm Bran Wasrat, and welcome to this presentation, which is about mass casualty triaging or triage in a mass casualty environment. And the objective of this presentation is at the end of this lecture, you will be able to identify the role of triage personnel, and you will also be able to follow the START algorithm in mass casualty triaging, and you will be able to make appropriate triage decisions in the field. Triage during a mass casualty incident is a little bit different from the triage we know in the emergency room, because it mainly focuses on three important variables, which is the severity of the injury the patient has, the likelihood of the survival of that patient, and the resources we have to help them. Meaning, the more severe patients who have the highest chance of survival and can be treated with the resources available locally are given priority than patients who have the highest severity, but their chance of survival is low, and we don't have resources to treat them. So all the time in triaging, we are always balancing the needs, which is the patient's number, and the resources we have, which is the time resource, the human resource, and the material resources at hand. So the goal of mass casualty triaging, all in all, is to maximize the number of survivors, which is doing the greatest good for the greatest number of people who are injured. By doing so, we are also managing the scarce resources, and we are budgeting resources to the ones who are likely to make it. And again, by doing so, we are also avoiding the chance of relocating the disaster in the area. And in this principle to be followed in triage is usually abbreviated in the famed 3 T's, which are all the time recommended to be followed in the field. One of it is triaging the patient, followed by tagging them into an appropriate triage color, and then transporting and treating them into a definitive care area, which could be a treatment area established in the field, or could be into a definitive trauma center or a hospital. So while triaging patients in the field, we are not following the format which is available in the emergency room, for example. Instead, we are required to take less than a minute even to check for the presence or absence of immediate life danger to the patient. So if there is any immediate life threat, and if the patient's chance of survival is high, categorize them the immediately to be the treated patients, and if not, they can be delayed for minutes, if not hours. So to do that, there is the START algorithm, which is mainly developed for adults and can also be customized for children. And it is considered as an easy method, and it constitutes the basis of mass casualty incident triaging. This START, which is a simple treatment and rapid treatment rather, which is a simple triage and rapid treatment protocol, is usually arranged in an algorithmic fashion. So to do that, once you arrive at the scene of the accident, and once the danger and responsiveness of the patient is checked, and we will examine whether the patient is able to walk or not. And then our decision thereafter depends on 2 factors: whether they are able to walk, which in this case are going to be categorized as minor patients and can be delayed for minutes, and they can be pushed to the secondary triage area. And if the patient cannot talk, which is cannot walk, for example, we will check whether they are spontaneously breathing or not. And again, the decision depends on whether they can eat, whether they can do it or not. So if not, we will immediately open the airway and check whether they resume breathing. If they still are not resuming breathing, they are labeled as black, which is to mean expectant, and we will move on to the next patient, labeling them as a black triage tag. But if they are spontaneously breathing, then we will check their respiratory rate And if it is found that it's greater than 30, then this patient is going to be categorized as a red patient who needs immediate treatment. And if it's less than 30, then we will go for assessing the circulation, which is a perfusion in this case. And again, depending on the perfusion level, there are different areas to be examined in each patient. What is more important here is from this algorithm, should be a decision on the patient, and that decision will fall into either the expectant, which is the black triage category, or the immediate cases, the delayed cases, and the minor cases. It is here the immediate case, which is labeled as red, the delayed case, which is orange, and the minor case, which is green, are the top three priorities in triaging. Immediate cases are those which are likely to die in a matter of a minute if care is delayed. So they need to be treated first. And then once we treat the immediate cases, the secondary priority will be given for patients who are categorized as yellow by the triage officer. So the treatment officer will give priority for red first, followed by orange, followed by minor cases, which are green. So as a summary to this triaging rule, there is a color code. The color code is usually assigned by the triage officer, and they assign patients into a red category, meaning their acuity level is emergent and has to be treated immediately. And common examples for red patients are those with a potential or an actual problem of threat to their life or to their limb or to an organ. They need to be treated first. And the yellow, green, and black patients have their own acuity level and priority of treatment, and the cases are already displayed here. So this is the triaging concept in the mass casualty, which principally focuses on saving a larger portion of the mass casualty victims. And this is how we are supposed to do in a pre-hospital environment. Thank you very much.